हेलो दोस्तों, वेलकम बैक टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल। टुडे आई एम गोइंग टू डिस्कस अबाउट static method and overriding. So whenever we are going to override static method, actually this is not going to be override, it is going to called a method hiding. I will explain each and every concept and I will show you by that hands-on as well. I will write a simple code and I will show to you guys. So let's get started. What it means actually, how it is working. So let's say I have a class, right? This is a class P, and in this class I'm having one method, public static void m1. M1 is a method. Here I'm going to print system.out dot println parent. Correct? Similarly here, suppose I am going to create one more class, that is class C, child, and it is going to extend class P, and I'm going to override public static void m1. Correct? And here I'm going to print, instead of writing complete system.out.println, I'm simply going to write s out, and here I am printing child. Correct? So see here what is happening, from static to static, this is also static, this is also static. So static to static there is a no problem, you can override, but actually this is not overriding. This is not overriding. Remember it. It is not overriding. It is called method hiding, right? So you have to be very much careful. What is the difference between overriding and method hiding? Now, what will happen? Suppose that this static is not here. Yeah, this is not here, but this is static here. Means from parent class I am going to remove the static, but in child class static is there in the method. So this is not a valid use case. Immediately you will get the compile type error, and vice versa as well. Suppose that now here I am going to remove the static. There is no static, but here is the static. At that time as well you will get the compile time error. So use case is that static to non-static. This is not a valid use case. And from non-static to static, this is also not a valid use case. But static to static, this is the valid use case. But this is called method hiding, not the method overriding. So what is the difference between method overriding and method hiding? Basically, in method overriding, what is happening in case of overriding? In case of overriding, method resolution, that is the very important thing, right? Method resolution is going to happen, if you remember, right, at runtime based on actual object, not the reference type. Always remember this concept. This is a very important concept. In case of overriding, method resolution always going to be happen at runtime based on the actual object, not on the reference type. So it means if I am going to create the object pp is equal to new child, right, and calling p dot m. So in case of method overriding, method resolution will happen at runtime based on the actual object. So here actual object is child and reference type is parent. But in case of overriding, this is going to be resolved at a runtime based on this. And since this is also having that m1 method, so it will print the child one, not the parent one, right? Correct? Now let's understand what is the method hiding. Correct? So in case of method hiding, I will show this concept by coding as well, right? Don't worry. Method hiding, method resolution, right? Method resolution is going to happen at compile time based on reference type, not the actual. It means if I'm going to take the same example, pp is equal to new child and calling p dot m1. So in this case, it will print parent because the method resolution is going to be happen at compile time based on the reference type. So it will call the parent method m1, right? And parent method m1, if you will see, I am printing the parent one. So this is the very important thing, right? In case of method hiding, method resolution is going to be happen at compile time based on the reference type. And in case of method overriding, the method resolution is going to be happen at runtime. See, runtime based on your actual object, right? Correct. So this is the concept, guys. Now I am going to show you how you can achieve it, how you can see, means I'm going to write a pseudo code for this one, right, to demonstrate this concept. Okay, so see here I have created one parent class, and in this parent class I'm going to write one method, public static void m1, and simply I'm printing parent. Correct? And in child I'm extending parent and going to override public static void m1 is a typo. Let me correct it. And here I am going to print s out child. That is what we have discussed. Correct. See here, this is the static and this is also static. No problem at all. There is a no problem at all. But soon I am going to remove the static either from child or from parent. You will get the compile time error. Let's say I am going to remove this from the parent one. See, immediately it is showing some problem. There is a one related problem. If you will click over here, see, this is the cannot override. See, you cannot override. And soon I am going to remove this one. It will okay because now a child don't have static and parent don't have static. But what will happen if I am going to put the static now here? It is creating the problem. And if static here, it is okay. But removing the static from here as well, I am getting the issue. Correct. So static to non-static, non-static to static, we saw it is not going to be work. Correct. So let's say do this one as a static. Now it is perfectly fine. We are not going to get any compile time error. Now let's test it. I'm going to create the object of parent p is equal to new parent and calling p dot m1. No problem. Sorry. Similarly, I'm going to create the object of child new child and c dot m1. This is possible. Now here I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy it and let me paste over here, make it p1, make it p1, and instead of creating the actual parent object, I'm going to create the actual child object, right? So I already explained, in case of method hiding, what is going to be happen? Method resolution is going to be happen at compile time based on the reference time. Here, since I am creating the object of parent type and reference is also the parent type, so there is a no problem. Simply it is going to call the parent class method and it will print parent. And for the child one as well, there is a no problem because reference type and actual object is the same, so it will print the child whatever written over here, not a problem. But what will happen over here? Here what I am going to do, I am creating the actual object of the child and passing that to the reference of parent. Alright. So in case of method hiding, method resolution is going to be happen at compile time based on the reference type. Reference type is what? Parent type. So it is going to call the parent method. So this is going to be called parent, right? So what should be the output? Parent. Correct? So the output should come parent, child, parent. Let's verify it. See, parent, child, parent. Correct? But consider I'm going to make it override. So how I can make it overridden? Let's say remove that static from both parent and child. I removed from parent as well. I removed from child as well. I removed. Now in this case, this is going to be actually overriding. So in case of overriding, method resolution is going to be happen at runtime based on the actual object. So actual object is going to be created of the child type and that reference is a p1. But since this is overriding, so it will take the child method even though you are calling p1.m1, but it is actually going to be resolved for that child one and it will print child here. Correct. Now let's see and test it. Parent, child, child. So this is the actual case of overriding, not the method hiding. Again, if you want to make sure, let's say put over here static and put here as well static. No compilation issue. Now this time it will print parent, child, parent. Let's verify one more time. Yeah, parent, child, parent. So that's all guys. I hope you got a very clear understanding. Whenever you are going to override static method, what is happening? Actually, nothing is happening. It is called that method hiding, not the overriding, right? If you have any doubt related to this topic, please put your thought, your question, everything in a comment section. Certainly, I will reply your all question. Thank you. Thank you very much.